I appreciate very much the opportunity to be here with you all tonight. I've always enjoyed chamber banquets, and I've thoroughly enjoyed your comments. Very appropriate. You were asking the first when you started what this had mean. Now, this is you were going to say another place.
Yes.
But it's sure good to have you, and I enjoyed what you had to say very much. But especially impressed by an individual's acts. Eastland Masonic Lodge presents a non-Mason in our community with the Community Builder Award. The Community Builder Award was designed by the Grand Lodge of Texas to enable local Masonic lodges to formally recognize outstanding individuals who have distinguished themselves in ways around the community through their service to the community, to the local, state governments, to their churches, or to humanity in general. This award is the highest award that a Masonic Lodge can bestow upon someone who is not a Mason. It is given to recognize with deep appreciation unselfish efforts to build a better world for all, to make more fully exemplary of that spirit of brotherhood of man under the fatherhood of God. Those who are choosing to receive this recognition are selected by a special committee of the local Eastland Lodge and then approved by the general membership of the Lodge. The Community Builder Award is not necessarily designed to be given only to those people who are obvious leaders in the community, those who are in the limelight, although they certainly merit attention. It must be considered. The award is bestowed upon one who year in and year out, quietly and without fanfare, shows their devotion to the community and its people without the expectation of rewards, awards, or honors. In fact, it is my hunch tonight that there are times that, like this, with some of those chosen individuals, one soon to be revealed, they'd rather remain anonymous, but one cannot always get what one wants. Can one? We might find those who qualify for the Community Builder Award in private business, public office, or community projects, in service clubs, heavily involved in their church activities, in agriculture for youth, in sports for youth, in school districts work, in patriotic organizations, anywhere that a true and steady hand of service is needed. Tonight's recipient, I want to say that I've known him since he and I attended 6th grade together at Eastland Junior High. That's a long time ago. And then we got to know each other better as the years went on. I know him much better tonight as we sit here. He's been both my best friend and my best enemy, my worst enemy. He's been my best friend at times when I needed one, and he's been my worst enemy at times when I needed that. Needed to be reined in a little closer reality check. I say these things to let you know that I know as much about this man tonight as anyone in this room, except maybe for his immediate family, and I assure you I know things they don't know. And the problem is that this is a real problem for me too. I'm not at liberty to tell you anything about this person. Even though I've known him, and I know about all the things he quietly does, he randomly does, and he anonymously does for individuals in this community. But the problem is he doesn't want anybody to know he's a good guy. He spends most of his time proving that he's not. Doesn't that sound like a real friend or something? But the deal I have with him, you see, part of this comes from the fact that I was preaching. So, Brother Larry, they kind of sew you up with that, can't they? Confidential business. So you can't talk about that. Number two, we've been best friends, so you can have the old pinky swear thing, right? Where you can't tell. Of course, there's always that two-way street called blackmail. Got that going for you. So, I'm at a kind of a loss tonight. I had to help you out. I've been talking about these things, and I've come up with what I think might be a solution to the problem. I could just violate all the trust and confidences that I have, just blurt it all out and tell you. But if you know this guy like I do, that's one part of you I'm not ready for, I don't think. But the deal is this, he's asked me to speak at his funeral. If I survive it, I get to speak at his funeral. And I said, at that time, I'm going to tell every good thing I know about you, and not a thing you can do about it. Right? And it's sewed up. Then the reality is setting in with me again. What if I die first? I will die with all that information. Nothing to do with it. So one of the guys that had agreed to speak at my funeral, if he hadn't changed his mind, is Larry Roberts. Larry, we talked about that. And Larry is going to speak at my funeral. So what I'm going to do, at a person's funeral, one of the things you get to do is you read the obituary. So I'm laying there, and if anybody shows up for the funeral, I'm going to have Larry state, normally at this time, we read the obituary of the deceased. However, at this time, the deceased has left another piece of paper he wants me to read. How am I going to get hold of that? How am I going to get hurt with that? Otherwise, the true story might never be told. Finally, completely, fully unmasked this guy, so that others can see through the tough exterior into what I know is a soft heart. I know that because I personally seen it year after year after year since the 6th grade. Now then, if you want to know the details about everything good that I know about this man, you're going to have to wait till one of us dies. And then you can find out. That ought to be reason enough to come to my funeral, guys. The family will feel good about that. Elijah made an excellent selection this year when they chose my friend, my choice, my brother, by the grace of Christ, God. Mr. Jim Wallen, as community builder of the year. Jim, congratulations.
Took me a while to figure out who he was talking about. That was an excellent speech. I want to add one thing I was thinking is while we were doing that, we asked what Eastland had that we were proud of, and we covered it one way. I didn't stand there and say, here for the church. No matter what you do, if you're out there, get your name on a building, get your name on a plaque, that's what you're in it for. You're in it for the wrong reason. It's that little kid that you can help. It's that family you can help when they're in need. It's the people that have problems, their house problems. So it's not all about wanting to be notarized and noted. It's about making these better. So, thank you.
he will present the Outstanding Student Awards.
Thank you. One thing that Ms. Blaney said about was the idea of being an ambassador. And one thing that we have preached in Eastland this year is to be an ambassador for the district, to be an ambassador for Eastland High School. And tonight I bring to you 4 of our best ambassadors, 4 students that exemplify what it means to be a Maverick. I'm going to start with our freshman award winner. Sierra Wells is the daughter of Sean and Tracy Wells. She's a freshman who has participated in the EHS Fall Musical and is currently working on the one-act play. She's a member of the Drama Club, yearbook staff, UIL academic team, and the UIL theatrical design team. Her GPA places her first in the freshman class. So I present to you Sierra Wells. Our 10th grade outstanding student is Elijah Castanuela. He is the son of John and Paula Castanuela. He participates in varsity cross country and track and was recognized as being an academic gold team member last year. He plans to pursue a degree in biology and eventually a doctorate in physical therapy. He is ranked first in the sophomore class. Elijah Castanuela. Our 11th grade outstanding student is Sky Hutch. Her parents are David and Marla Clark. Sky is the vice president of the FCA, vice president of FFA, and vice president of the junior class. She's a member of the superintendent's advisory committee, beta club, and the EHS UIL academic team. She was on the varsity volleyball team, making second team all-district, and recognized the last 2 years for academic all-district volleyball. Sky plans to attend Texas A&M University to study agriculture with hopes of working on U.S. ag policy. She is ranked first in the junior class. Congratulations, Sky. And finally, our 12th grade outstanding student is Haley Johnson. Haley is the daughter of Brian and Shay Schaefer. She's participated in varsity basketball and varsity softball and UIL academics. She's a member of the Beta Club, serving as an officer for the last 2 years. She's a member of Phi Beta Kappa and will graduate with her associate's degree in May. Her plans are to attend the University of North Texas. And by the way, I think she got a memo as we were sitting here earlier that says she's officially accepted. And so she'll be attending the University of North Texas to major in biology and then enter medical school to become a pediatrician. She is currently ranked first in the senior class. If I could get all 4 of you to come right back up here for Ms. Wells for the yearbook.
Congratulations to these very talented young men and women. Each year in the spring, the Eastland Chamber of Commerce further recognizes academic achievement by awarding 2 scholarships. As most of you know, one of Eastland's outstanding citizens, Mr. James T. Wright, dedicated many years of his life to promoting business in Eastland as manager of the Chamber of Commerce. In his memory, the Chamber Scholarships will henceforth be known as the James T. Wright Scholarships. Also, in his honor, the Chamber presents an award each year known as the James T. Wright Community Service Award. At this time, I'd like to introduce Leisha Elrod for presentation of the James T. Wright Community Service Award.
It is my pleasure this year to introduce the Community Service Award and the James T. Wright Community Service Award. It is in memory of James T. Wright, a longtime member of the Chamber, manager of the Chamber of Commerce, and relentless promoter of Eastland, and it honors outstanding individuals who give their time and expertise to the community above and beyond their own field of endeavor and demonstrate excellence, creativity, and initiative in all they do. These individuals are an inspiration to the community both in their profession and in their efforts to make Eastland a better place to work, live, and play. This year's recipient of the James T. Wright Community Service Award was born in Corpus Christi in 1959. He graduated from San Antonio Lee High School in 1978 and moved to Eastland County in 1989. Our recipient has been involved in organizing and executing many charitable events in and around Eastland, including, and this is just to name a few, Eastland Spend Christmas, where a small group of individuals got together from 2004 until 2009 to help families during the Christmas season. The La Mancha Cook-Off, over a 7-year period, raised nearly $30,000 for animal shelters and animal rescue organizations in the area. The County Fire Department Water Drive to provide supplies of drinking water for our volunteers. The Dispatchers Appreciation Meal to honor the police, fire, and EMS dispatchers in Eastland County. The Soggy Dog Golf Scrambles to benefit local animal shelters. Coat and Blanket Drive to provide warmth during cold weather and those in need. Bake sales to benefit local animal shelters. Eastland County Breaking News Group, of which our recipient is the administrator, provided Thanksgiving and Christmas meals to 11 families and gifts for 36 children in 2016. Many of these projects are ongoing. He participates in many barbecue cook-offs and donates all prize money to local charities. He has worked for the City of Eastland for the past 10 years, first as Animal Control Officer and is now serving in the Parks Department. It is my absolute pleasure to present the 2017 James T. Wright Community Service Award to a friend of mine, Ken Knowles.
And for the second year in a row, Alicia forgot to introduce the next speaker. I'm David Bailey, and I'm going to present the Business of the Year Award today. She said she was going to do that too, and I told her I was going to give her a hard time. The annual Business of the Year Award honors the business that demonstrates achievement and innovation in management, workplace excellence, product development, social responsibility, and has a commitment to growing here in Eastland. 2017's Business of the Year came about from a vision of two different dreams coming together to form as one opportunity. A life-changing event for a sister led her to turn to her brother to make plans for a new business to open in Eastland on July 3rd, 2014. The brother had a lifelong dream to own his own meat market after being in the meat industry for 35 years. The sister had a passion for cooking and a dream to pursue that passion by opening a restaurant. They decided to open a meat market and restaurant named after their late mother. It's not every restaurant that has its own meat market in the house to provide fresh-cut meat. This business has been featured on the Texas bucket list and was selected the number 5 burger of the season in Texas by the bucket list. The brother and sister, Kevin Plowman and Kay Riffle, whose parents were May and Everett Plowman, say they were very community-oriented. They were involved in Goodfellows, Lions Club, the Quarterback Club, and Little League. May and Everett ran the corner drugstore on the square until 1966 and enjoyed meeting and serving the public. It is with great pleasure that the Eastland Chamber of Commerce presents the Business of the Year Award to Kevin Plowman and Kay Riffle for their joint venture, May's Meat Market. I'll now turn it back over to our wonderful master of ceremonies tonight, Mr. Terry Slick, who's about to go on vacation for a week.
Just couldn't resist, could you? You didn't want me to start, did you? No. We'll move right along here. Our Golden Deed Award winner, the annual Golden Deed Award recognizes an individual who has made during his or her lifetime significant contributions to the welfare and betterment of the community. The individual must have demonstrated excellence, creativity, dedication, and initiative in providing leadership or service that ultimately made a real difference in the quality of life in Eastland. Will all prior Golden Deed Award winners please stand? If you've received the Golden Deed in prior years, will you please stand? If you've ever received the Golden Deed, thank you very much. This year's recipient is commendable for their commitment to Eastland. They have been president of the Eastland chapter of Delta Kappa Gamma, an honor society of key women educators, oversees and organizes good fellows at Christmas time and school shoes for children, one of the volunteer coordinators for over 20 years at the Majestic Theater, and is extremely active at Eastland First Baptist Church, where she works with the children's programs and sings in the choir. She was born in Plainview, Texas, and one of 7 children. Her father was a theater manager, moving from theater to theater to rehab the facilities and build up the clientele. Her mother was a homemaker and mom during the day and helped at the theaters in the evening. Our honoree graduated from high school and went to Texas Tech for her college education, where she met her future husband. They got married on August 18, 1979 in Levelland, Texas, and Judy and Larry continued their education at Tech. They graduated and then moved to Houston, where Judy resumed her teaching career and Larry was employed by the Chicago Bridge Company. The Smiths have 2 children. While in Houston, a daughter, Jamie, who is now married to Bo Mulholland of Eastland, and they have 2 children. Kyle, who is married to Megan Phillips of Olden, who has 4 children. They moved to Eastland in 1988, where Judy's biggest problem was the lack of any place to go shopping. Larry took on a job with the Texas Highway Department. Judy went on teaching the smallest and most impressionable of children, kindergartners. Judy ran a GED program with Larry for several years, enabling hundreds of young people to obtain their GED. She also volunteers at the hospital. Judy Smith is an outstanding community member, teacher, and friend. She has never met a stranger. In fact, her siblings have often taken bets on how long she can talk to someone. She loves teaching, gardening, photography, and of course, shopping. We want to thank Judy Smith for her dedication and service to our community. Judy. I can tell you when it came time for the board to select our folks that received these awards tonight, Cecil had sent out an email and membership was allowed to submit names, but it did not take us very long at all to narrow these guys down, and each one of them very, very deserving of the award that they received here tonight. The silent auction will continue through the chamber mixer. Remember, it's a 21 and up chamber mixer. So be sure to hang around, have an opportunity to go home with one or more of the items donated. Be sure to get your bids placed before it closes at 11 p.m. The Chamber's Grand Mixer here at the Lumberyard will start. It says in about 15 minutes, so I guess about 8:30. So thank you so much for coming out. It concludes our program tonight. Be sure to take time to check out the silent auction and have a very safe trip home.